catch me howling at the moon. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it, many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Will you find me? Hope you find me. I'll be back home soon. When the sun rises, when the sun
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing this Friday? As soon as somebody gets a chance, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Ooh, excuse me. As soon as somebody gets a chance, let me know if y'all can hear me. Oh, I can hear myself. All right, so we good. We should be good, right? Let me adjust this camera just a wee bit. Just this camera, just a wee bit. Man, it's Friday, y'all. We made it. I mean, we made it. There was some glitches along the way, right? There's always some glitches, like my hat situation. You know, like there we go. There's always some glitches along the way, but we made it. We are here. It is Friday. Whew, man, how y'all doing? How y'all feel? How y'all mama them? Good? Good. Lord, I'm bumping into stuff. Y'all, as y'all notice, I was late. I was in here feeding the snakes, and I was like, man, I plumb forgot about y'all. I'm sorry. Charge it to the head, not to the heart. I plumb forgot about y'all. But I was like, oh, hark, my people. Y'all, this gonna be a short stream. I know I say that every time. I do. I know I say that every time. But I feel like I feel it in my soul, y'all. My soul is tired. My spirit is weary. And I feel like I want a nap. I took an old man nap today where I just laid down and just said bump it. I had stuff to do, and I just laid down and went to sleep. I was like, man, I had reading scheduled, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to sleep. I'm just going to sleep, and I'm just gonna wake up until the Holy Ghost says, prophet, it is now time. And that's what I did. That's what I did. You know, and I made it to my readings. Well, I needed that. And I feel like I need a little bit more. Y'all get y'all sleep. Do not neglect your sleep. It is important. I know you have stuff to do. I know, but it's going to still be there when you wake up. Do not neglect your sleep. Let me give a little roll call, a little shout out here. What up, JW Fleming? How's it going? What up, DD? Hey, Natalie. Natalie, we ain't going to fall out today. We're going to have a good Friday, Natalie. What's up, Kels? Hey, Karima. Hey, Nix. How's it going, sis? What up, Curly Bell? Nightbot. Listen, we're going to have a good day today, Nightbot. Let me adjust this mic. Nightbot, we're going to have a good day today. Okay? Just chill. Be easy. He's going to be all right. Coco, what up, sis? Hey, Roses, how are you? Hey, Laura. Rochelle, good night. Rochelle, you throw me off every time with that good night. Every time. What up, Chelsea? How's it going? LIG live it. What's going on? What going? Let me see. Did I miss anybody? Nope. All right. Didn't think I missed nobody. All right. Y'all, a couple of announcements, a couple of church announcements. We still have seats for this upcoming webinar. It is July the 5th. I know a lot of you will be hung over. Okay. I understand because it's the day after the holiday. But come in, get your learning on, get your learn on. Let's learn how to work with these spirits. All right. Let's learn how to work with these spirits. It is July the 5th at 7 p.m. Hoodoo Standard Time, which kind of corresponds to Eastern Standard Time. If you cannot make it live, we will be recording so that you can watch the recording after the fact. Because everybody asked me that. Y'all have no idea how many times I have to answer that same question. Will I be able to watch it? Yes. Yes, absolutely you will. Absolutely you will. Okay. And if you cannot make it live, then go ahead and book your seat now so you can get the replay afterwards. So that's the first announcement. Second announcement is, guys, I'm going to be recording the podcast live. And I did a trial run today. And, I had to kind of make a judgment call with this because the recording software that allows me to record it live, by recording it live means y'all get to listen to me like a radio as I'm recording a podcast. And you can listen either on your web browser or there's a number that you can dial in and listen. And I can take live calls, just like the radio. I can take live calls, but the sound quality isn't as great. It's not as great, but I think the content and the interaction will more than make up for it. So watch the community tab because I will be dropping the link and the phone number this next podcast recording session. Okay. And let's see, what else? I think that's it. I think that was all the announcements. We will be scheduling Sister Tasha J's baptism into the Hoodoo Church coming up. It has been put on my schedule, so that is the next item up for business. We will be looking for new members of the usher board. I need a couple of new deacons. Due to, like I said, we're not going to fall out today, but due to a situation with Natalie, the last two church services, I do have 2 ushers in the hospital and 2 resignations. So if you would like to be an usher, please, just submit your name after the live, and we will take that into consideration and make sure you're up to date on your tetanus shot. Okay? All right. So, guys, you know what I wanted to talk about tonight? I was watching this show, and I found out that with my cable service, I get HBO Max, or just Max. It's just Max now for free, and so I'm watching the stuff. Oh, you got it? Good. So I'm watching the stuff, and of course they had like all these different shows made by the Ghost Hunters crew. And no, Ghost Adventures. And I like that crew, even though they like to dramatize their their shows, with the Zach dude, Zach Bagans. And so they are a little bit dramatic. They like to walk in to the to the location dressed in black. Zach is getting older. This show's been on for a while. All right, I got you, Kayla. So this show's been on for a while. When Zach was younger, he'd walk in with a tight black t-shirt on, like, come on, spirits. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but a few years ago, a spirit whooped on Zach's tail, whooped on his tail. And so he don't go as hard as he used to because they've been whipping on his tail more and more, which made me think about something. Have y'all noticed that on all these shows, and of course some of them are faked, like there's one Appalachian Monsters or Mountain Men, Mountain Monsters, something like that, where they always chasing a Bigfoot or something, and they building a trap, don't ever catch nothing. They'll never catch. They chasing a chupacabra, build this elaborate trap, don't ever catch nothing. But the ghost shows, have y'all noticed that they don't never bring anybody in to actually clean the place? Or if they do, it's very rare. It's always, if they do bring somebody in, it's always some priest that that you could tell like is like Universal Life Church, like he got ordained in like 10 seconds over the internet. And he comes in, he's like, go. Shoo, spirit. Get. Y'all get now. You know, it's always something like that. They never bring anybody to clean the place. And, you know, they record stuff and then they show like, okay, this is where, okay, if you watch right here, this is the lady dressed all in white and she comes in with a hatchet. And, yeah, you got to clean that up. You got to clean that up. Like, and over here, if you listen very close, and it's always something like this, they'll play a sound clip. It's not like Brian. Like Brian tells you Brian tells you. What's up, Brown Sugar? Brian tells you. Brian's like, die. You know what I mean? But these be like, did you hear that? It gave out my whole social security number. Why, spirit? Like it's always something like that. It's always something like that. Like it'd be like, oh my God! It said there are 4 people here that are gonna croak, and there's exactly 4 of us. Oh my God! It's always something like it's always something like that. And then they've got to put on the special thing, right? The camera with the stick figures, and y'all know what that is. That ain't nothing but, what's that thing they used to have on Xbox Connect? Y'all remember Xbox Connect? Where you connect it to your Xbox, you can dance around and your little dude on the screen was dancing around with you. And they always have one of them. And it's like, the spirit's dancing on your head. And I'm like, my guy. Coco, sometimes I watch some shows, I'm like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. But they never bring in anyone to clean the place. Ever. And I'm like, why? And I always wonder why they never do a follow-up. And I think they don't do a follow-up because they don't want to get sued. Like they don't want them to walk back to that house and the people all huddled, like they all sleeping in the living room, like, man, you made that spirit so mad. Like they've been kicking our tails ever since y'all left. Because all they do is go in and antagonize these spirits, right? They just go in and antagonize them. Oh yeah? Well, your mom gives BJs for dimes at dive bars, spirit. It's like, oh really? Okay, all right. Watch what happen. Watch what happen. Hey, Stormy, little Stormy. Watch what happen. So that's why I think they don't do follow-ups, because these people are bad off. And if you follow the ghost hunting community, right, you will see something. And y'all like do your own research, right? I always say question everything. You know, don't take my word for it. I could be full of crap too. I mean, I'm not. I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be when it comes to hoodoo. Well, I don't say the best there was, because there was some giants. There was some giants. But Coco, the reason I said BJs, I'm telling y'all, my live streams are never monetized. If you know what monetized, it's, you know, after you upload a video, Google will look at it and go, okay, we can put ads. You know them ads that y'all don't watch? Y'all just wait for it as 5 seconds to click down and then click next. Yeah, them. So, so I never monetize them because y'all go left all the time. And then y'all love to get me worked up and heated and then get me to cuss. So I say, you know what? I'm going to keep it clean this time. I'm going to try to. But y'all, yeah, y'all don't know. It's bound to happen because it's Friday. And you know how salty y'all get on Friday. You know. I had it leak over into my Thursday Hoodoo class. Yeah, last night we having class on just I forgot what we were talking about last night. And y'all know I ship out the Hoodoo kits. And I told one individual in the class, I said, your kit is ready to ship out, but I don't have the boxes that I normally ship them in. I said, does it matter whether or not you get a pretty box, or can I just package it nicely? And then someone said, oh, someone's like, oh, she gets a pretty box. And then the person said, oh, I got a pretty box. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Sometimes I feel like I feel like what's his name? Chef from South Park. Be like, children. Rest in peace, Chef. But yeah, they never bring somebody to clean the house. Right? They never do. And if you look in the ghost hunting community, bad stuff keeps happening to them. All of them. You know, it started with the husband and wife team. I'm not the Warrens, but the husband and wife team that was helping Zach. They got caught in a triple deletion. Trying to keep it monetized. You know, when somebody deletes you, then deletes themselves, and I think somebody else, got obsoleted. One of them situations. And then in Demon House, Zach got to wear glasses the rest of his life because of what happened in that house. That house was so evil. Man, he just bulldozed it. Like, man, I'm just going to knock this house down. And I know, Gary, Indiana just has, I don't know. Well, y'all can't see, but the hair on my arm just stood up. Gary, Indiana just has something about it. Just got something about it. And so I was like, God, and I don't know if there was a show called Penn State Paranormal. I don't know if y'all remember that show. I thought it was pretty good, but that dude got hooked on lean and stuff. I'm like, man, like what the like the spirits messed around. He was like, man, I gotta medicate myself. And I think if they actually, because if they actually brought somebody in who knew how to clean, and I see y'all's comments. Nope, I'm keeping my halo on tonight. I see y'all's comments. Can I get an usher, please? Just stand by Natalie. Just stand by her. No. She's doing good for now. But I see it doing this. Okay? She's at here. I need her here. Okay? She's here. I need her here. All right? All right, thank you. Did you? Well, hold on. You didn't get your tetanus. I told you get. Listen. I told y'all this is volunteer only. I shoot y'all some tithing money, but I can't keep paying these hospital bills. So call Rico. Call Rico, do it. That's right. Rico on probation. Get Tonio. Get Tonio. All right, yeah, just stand back there. Okay, so I'm like, how are all these teams going to this place, the same place They all having experiences, and the place still haunted. Cause no, y'all ain't bringing nobody to clean the place. Y'all ain't bringing nobody to clean the place. And remember, we talked about ancestor altars, right? We talked about ancestor altars and how just you interacting with them constantly feeds them. It makes them stronger. It's the offerings are an attractant, like ancestor bait. You know, it's like, hey, put a Gucci bag up there, and see which ancestor come up. She can't use it, but it's like ancestor bait. That's what the offerings are. The candles and incense are sweet. The candle actually does help to feed them, but it's more the interaction, the feeding and the sharing of your life energy that strengthens them, uplifts them, and makes them strong enough to do things for you on this side of things. Well, think about what they're doing by going to this house, because like they're in there antagonizing it, and all it does is hype it up more. And these places get extra attention after they leave. So now you got a class 3 Roman vapor that's now done turned into a full-fledged gozer. I got to use my Ghostbusters terminology. Full-fledged gozer at this point. At the current rate of things, we're gonna have a great big old Stay Puft Marshmallow Man walking down Peachtree Street up in Atlanta at some point. At some point, we are. I'm just waiting. Rochelle Ramsey says, I think my box is on the way. Is it pretty? Yes, your package is on the way, ma'am. You possibly get it tomorrow. I have to check the tracking. Chelsea says, oh, hey, Nymphe. Chelsea says, not gonna lie, I wanted to go to Demon House. I bet you did. Natalie would have been in there already, cooking grits and stuff. Natalie said, if I go before Zach, I'm going to push his tail down the steps. Natalie, calm down. Calm down. Now, there's always something bad happening to them. Now, there are some groups that do not have anything negative happen to them. And guess what the difference is? They don't go in there on that rah-rah. They go in there, hey, spirit, if anybody wants to talk, here, this is how you use this. If you want to talk, we're here. We're open. All right, think about it. There's somebody kicking in your door, talking about, hey, let's get it. Let's get it pumping. Walk in the door, slap the drink out your hand, kick the dog, start putting their hands on the wall, washing their hands in the sink. You're going to be upset, and make them upset too. And they don't forget. That's the thing about spirits I don't think people understand. They do not forget. Contrary to popular belief, spirits don't just get over things. They remember a long time, and they will hold grudges. Karima says, have any of them gone to the LaLaurie Mansion? I have not seen any. The LaLaurie Mansion has been protected for a long time. Does everybody here know the history of the LaLaurie Mansion in New Orleans? Hey, Demons, it's your boy. It's your boy. Everybody here know the history of the LaLaurie Mansion in New Orleans? I've been there several times. No? Well, brief history of the LaLaurie Mansion. Okay. So, in New Orleans, in the French Quarter, there is it's nice. It's nice. It's a mansion that was known by Madame LaLaurie. She was played by Kathy Bates in the Coven series of American Horror Story. It was during the time of slavery, and she owned a lot. Well, here's the thing. It was near the end of slavery, and they had some. They had some. But the issue was since it was near the end, it was highly regulated. And the Lolleries were kind of going through quite a few. And the authorities were like, we told you we kind of not really liking this slavery thing anymore. So you might want to slow it down. And the Lolleries were like, hey, they run off. They get sick. What are we supposed to do? And they're like, well, here's the thing. The ones that run off, as you say, we're not finding them anyway. And the ones that are sick and that pass away, I'm assuming you're saying they passed away. Where are the bodies going? Like, not trying to get into your business, because they were very, very hands off, laissez-faire with the Lolleries because they were very wealthy. And this is a time when, clout is not a new thing. It's not a new thing. There's always been like a social caste system, and the Lolleries at the time in New Orleans were at the very tippity top, like next to, they were the elite. They were the elite of the elite. So even law enforcement was like, well, you I can't tell you what to do. I should be able to, but I can't. But just slow down, because you keep on ordering, all these human beings. And eventually we gonna have to do something. So she was like, all right, cool. Unbeknownst to everyone, Madame Lollerie, and there's been no proof that her husband took part in it. He was a prominent doctor. Excuse me, he was a prominent doctor. There's no proof that he took part in anything, but there's no way that he couldn't have. There's no way. And the things that there's no proof that he took part in were horrible atrocities committed to these people. There were cases of, the dramatized version was a little accurate, that Madame Lollerie was obsessed with her looks and what she perceived as her fading beauty. And she thought that bathing in the essence of the young would help to keep her young. And it was not just the younger, very pretty female servants. It was sometimes, children as well. She was also known to have a horrible temper. And there was one such instance in which I forget what alleged infraction that her servant had committed, but Madame Lollerie chased her through the house with a knife, and this woman ran because she knew who she was working for. She kind of got cornered by a window, and Madame Lollerie pushed her out of the window, and she fell to her demise. And to this day, you can see the window, because they never replaced the glass. So if you're in the French Quarter and you see the Lollerie mansion, it is the only window that does not have glass in it, and it's right there on the street. You can look up and see. And there are people who have seen this poor young lady falling to her demise over and over and over again. We're talking about the ghost. So let's fast forward just a little bit. The Lolleries were throwing this huge soiree, and anyone was there. From mayors, some people say even the governor was there, but who knows for sure, because when a scandal happens, your appearance at places tends to get lost. Police chiefs, fire chiefs, everyone was there. And so what happened was the main entranceway filled with smoke, and they were like, wait, something's on fire. So of course the Lolleries, being good hosts, ushered everybody out into the street. They notified the fire department. The fire department came, and they were they were gonna go in there. The first group of firefighters ran right back out, and they were like, that place is haunted. we're going around making sure nobody's passed out, and we're hearing screaming, we're hearing ghosts. Second group goes in, same thing. Third group goes in, they clear the place, fine. What they found that started the fire was a servant that had been chained to the stove to do the cooking. She had been chained to the stove, and she had decided enough is enough. I'm about to burn this bee down. She said enough is enough. I'm about to burn this bee down. And that's what she did. She set the fire. Knowing she was chained to the stove, knowing that she would be among the deceased, she did not care. She said, I'm going to burn this bee down. It does not end there. See, as they were, of course, rebuilding. Well, hold on. Let me stop. Because I forgot an important detail. They found the lady chained to the stove. They found her. And we would put two and two together that she set the fire. As they were checking the house, they found what can only be described as a torture room, a room of horrors. With like chains and hooks and people who had been deceased. So they came back out and were like, Mr. and Mrs. Lollery, can y'all explain this? And they said, absolutely. Just let me run in and get our things. They went in the house, went out the side, got into their carriage, came bursting out, up the street, and were never seen again. They were never seen again. Now let's go to where I left off. They're going in the house, to be remodeled, whatever. Of course, the story had gotten out about what the firefighters had encountered when they went in there. A priest went in and thumping, bumping, screaming, said, nope. He pieced on up out of there. A few days later, a second priest went in. He heard it, but it was very faint. Do y'all know, by the time a third priest went in, it was quiet, it was calm. It wasn't until they started tearing out the walls that they found a lot of servants that had been bound and chained and sealed up in the walls. That's the part that makes me sad, because those people could have been saved. And I know it's a different time. People are more superstitious and stuff then. But, the firefighters could have saved those folks, but they ran out thinking it was ghosts. Then if you haven't picked up, they were not hearing ghosts knocking and thumping. They were hearing those poor people that were bound and chained and sealed up inside of the walls. That's what they were hearing. And the Lolleries knew that, and that's why they got up out of there. Never to be seen again. They got up out of there. And so, let's fast forward to modern day New Orleans and the Lollery Mansion. No one who has owned that place has met with good things. Now, people have seen slaves walking around that place. People have seen Madame Lollery herself walking around that place. People can be rich as all get out, because you've got to be rich to own a place that big inside of the French Quarter. You got to be rich. Nicolas Cage owned it at one point, and then y'all see where he at now. Y'all remember when Nicolas Cage was one of the hottest actors, and I mean hot as in a bunch of movies. I mean hot like, oh, look at his shoulders. He was one of the hottest actors in Hollywood. Now look at him. Broke. The Lollery Mansion, last I checked, was owned by an investor in Texas. Was owned by an investor in Texas. And I mean, he's gone on record to say, I mean, he remodeled the place, and he's gone on record to say, I don't go there. He goes to the Lollery Mansion, I think once a year, to hold a party. and he has a cleaning crew go in once a month to clean it out. But that's the extent of people going inside the LaLaurie mansion. And when they did film pieces of American Horror Story inside of the LaLaurie mansion, and I don't want to call her Precious. What's her name? What is, Gabby? Is it Gabby something? What's that sister's name? Well, she has said that place is evil. I mean, she said it. Like, she said that place is evil. So, yeah, Gabby. Gabby said that place is evil. So your boy used to run in certain circles. So word got back to me. That's what she said. Sophia says, did Marie Laveau live around that time they were in New Orleans? I honestly do not know. I honestly do not know if she lived around that time. Sophia, who went to Europe? Are you saying Marie Laveau went to Europe? Or are you saying Madame LaLaurie? Because no one actually knows where Madame LaLaurie went. There have been some theories, but nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. But that's one of those places. Like, and y'all want to hear a little fun fact, a little FF? Now, y'all know New Orleans has a sordid history for lawlessness. Now, the French Quarter, because New Orleans gets a lot of its revenue from tourism in the French Quarter. So they kind of have it locked down as far as what is allowed to go on before they crack you upside the head in the French Quarter, as far as like crime and whatnot. Ain't nobody broke into the LaLaurie mansion that we know of. Now, I have another ghost story, but I'm gonna pay this water bill. I'm gonna pay this water bill. I'm gonna tell you another New Orleans ghost story, because that is my place. That is my place. And I'm gonna tell y'all another ghost story. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so before I tell y'all my ghost story, let me tell y'all, New Orleans is one of my favorite places in the world to visit. The other place is Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I love it up there. But I love going to New Orleans, mainly because I'm a history buff and I'm a spiritualist. And one thing New Orleans is rich with is spirits, and history. I mean, even if you look at the architecture, I love the fact that New Orleans is so proud of its history and so proud. Thank you, Kelly. So proud of its history and so proud of its culture that they have codes in place. I mean, and that you cannot demolish buildings there and you can't renovate them, except to update them. You can update them, like, make it so you can have air conditioning and Wi-Fi, stuff like that. But you cannot, rearrange the existing structures because they're so proud of their history. And when you look at those houses, your boy was this close to renting an apartment in the French Quarter, just knowing that I'm not going to live there. It's just going to be a place to go, And I was like, man. But I know the French Quarter like the back of my hand. I've gone there so much. Like one time I went with a group of friends and I'm just taking them on a tour. Like, here you go. Here. Like, okay, sometimes if you come here, you can see some monks hanging dead. You come here. Now, if you go to this bar, Jean Lafitte's bar, he'll sometimes pinch women on the booty. So, and some men, he was one pirate that didn't care. He's a booty pirate. So just if you feel somebody pinching you while you're in the bathroom, it's probably the pirate. Stuff like that. I mean, I know my way around that place and I love it. But let me tell y'all, the first time I went to New Orleans, right? Plane landed and, the airport, they have taxis just lined up out there and they take you right to the French Quarter, like right to the French Quarter. And I'm like, great, awesome. So I go to the French Quarter, man, and that's where I was staying. My hotel was right at the corner of Bourbon and Canal. I wanted to be where the action was. And the people that I was going with, their planes weren't landing for like another 2-3 hours. And I'm like, let me tell you, your boy gonna find a party, and let this, if I do accompany you guys to a party, I'm not the person that's gonna hang up under you all night. You ain't got to worry about that. Matter of fact, you go mingle. And when you hear laughter and the clinking of glasses and a good time, that's where I am. That's where I am. Don't y'all hate when you like bring a friend to the party and they stay up under you all the time? Like, man, get out there. Meet them folks. But anyway, so they had not landed. They're not gonna land for like 2-3 hours. So I'm like, man, I'm about to explore. Like I'm going. And so I go out there, and this was when your boy was a party animal. And so I'm walking down Bourbon Street, and there was a sign. I looked, that sign said 3 for 1 drinks. And I'm like, what? The sign said hand grenade. I was like, what? And then this one sign caught my attention. This sign said Big A beers. You know what the A was. I'm trying to keep it clean. It said Big A beers. And I said, I'll be the judge of that. Because y'all know me and my natty daddies. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Big A beers. Okay, let's see. Y'all went, gave them $3. They handed me this big bucket of a monstrosity of a beer. This big bucket of a beer. And I'm like, wait a minute. You expect me to drink all this? I did. And then I was like, I bet you 3 for 1 drinks. I bet it's going to be like a thimble full or something. No. Them folks poured me 3 shots. And I didn't know, because here in Georgia, you cannot, unless you're in Savannah, you cannot walk around with your alcohol. The police will pull up on you. Bloop, bloop. What you got? You just walking with a beer? You think you can do that? No, you can't do that. Laura S., I'm sorry, that's Nightbot. No, none of the mods did that. That's the automatic mod Nightbot. I don't know what you did. But it probably wasn't you. Nightbot was just tripping. So they poured me 3 full shots. And I'm just sitting there. And they're like, we chatting. And I was like, yeah, as soon as I finish these, I'm going to go explore. They're like, well, just go explore. I said, you trying to get me hemmed up. And they were like, no, go on out there. So I said, oh, okay. All right. So I was like, bam. And then the hand grenade. If you've never been to New Orleans, let me describe the hand grenade to you. It is this tall, frozen drink. I mean, y'all have seen those in like touristy spots where they put a daiquiri in this thing. It's like shaped like that. And it's like you hold it in the middle, you walk around with it. Imagine somebody takes all the white liquors, all of them, mixes them together, mixes it with some Gatorade type slushy, and then freezes. It's a slushy, and then gives it to you. Yeah, your boy was feeling right. When I tell you, man. Because and the beauty of it, see, I went when New Orleans was hot. The weather was hot. And so I'm sweating and walking. So what happens is, y'all guess, I'm sweating and walking. I mean, I'm sweating and drinking. I couldn't get to the point of like total inebriation because I'm sweating it out. So I was like just happy time buzzed for hours. For hours. Happy time buzz for hours. You know, had I sat down and consumed all that, man, they would have had to. But no, like I'm sweating. I'm sweating it out as I walk and explore. So I'm just happy time buzz, having a good old time, walking around. They had a voodoo shop. I went in there, laughed my tail off at what was in there because it was just a tourist attraction. It was a tourist attraction. I was just like, oh, man, no. And let's see what. I mean, I just had a blast. And one thing I can tell y'all about New Orleans is this: even if you're not spiritually in tune, I'll tell you, certain points of the year, 1 out of every 6-7 people you see ain't even really there. That's how thick the spirits are there, especially at night. Especially at night. It's just wild. I mean, it's just wild. And so, let me tell y'all. I tell y'all all the time, I'm painfully shy, but I overcome it. Nobody can ever tell, right? You know, plus I glamour the fool out of you. And so, you know, my people showed up and we all walking around having a good time or whatever. And I think at that time I was using Periscope. You know, they used to be like the little Twitter live thing. And I'm like, hey, y'all, you know, I'm in New Orleans, blah, blah. And somebody was like, hey, Prophet, we in New Orleans too, blah, blah. And immediately I got nervous. Because whenever I meet y'all in person, I get nervous. Don't ask me why. I do. I get nervous. I'm like, oh, you know, what if I'm not what they expect? Even though I'm transparent. This is me. Man, they fell right in. They're like, oh my God, you even have on the hat. Because I was wearing my hat. You know what I'm saying? Look, I gotta wear it like Uncle Charlie. I was wearing my hat. You know what I'm saying? And oh my God, you even have on the hat. They fell right in, and we walked around and had a good time. We went to Marie Laveau's grave. Went there. Went to saw Dr. John's grave as well. I mean, it was a blast. But anyway, let me tell y'all another ghost story. Oh, I ain't be nervous with y'all next. I'm like, what up? What happened? Take y'all around. So, see that was the point when y'all supposed to be like, oh, Prophet, oh, don't be nervous. We love you too. That's what y'all supposed to be. That's how y'all supposed to do. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed the moment. Gone now. Y'all missed it. So, Charlie Wilson, Lord, my name is Charlie. So, Dr. John Montanet was a root worker, straight from Africa, in New Orleans. Some people say he influenced Marie Laveau, or that he taught her. I mean, it's never been proven, but some people say. Which I'm going to tell y'all a funny Marie Laveau story. You got to know your history. And let me tell you, so there's this place in New Orleans called the Ursuline Convent. Now, y'all know it's a convent for nuns, right? Convent. What they used to call a nunnery. And that place has a history to it. See, back in the day, New Orleans was wild and it still is. It still is, but not like it used to be back when it was being established. New Orleans changed hands a bunch of times, and because of where it was situated on the Gulf and on the Mississippi, I think that's Mississippi. It's big. Well, one of them big rivers, right? It was on like a major shipping hub, and a lot of steamboats would go up and down the Mississippi carrying cargo, some legal, some not. So the steamboat captains, well, they were a rough bunch. And so one thing that New Orleans had a problem with was a lacking of marriageable women. Okay, because at that point it was mainly just a hub, and and people would go there to conduct business. And when the ones who decide, well, I'm going to settle down, well, they didn't have any marriageable women. I mean, they didn't want to go into the house of ill repute and pull Juicy Susie up out of there and be like, here, let me put a ring on it. Not saying, hey, there's nothing. Hey, if you do, that's you. That's you. That's your business. See, I don't subscribe to modern day politics. What's my business is my business, and what's your business is your business. But I digress. So, one of y'all sent me that cough. Oh, dirty buzzards. But so what they did at this time, New Orleans was a French colony. So they wrote over to France, like, look, we it's a sausage fest around here. We need some women. We need some women around here. And so King Louis of France said, okay, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to send you guys some women. I'm going to send y'all some women. But they're going to go to the Ursuline Convent first so that the nuns can show them how to be proper ladies, wives, and consorts. Okay? So, the French, they believed in training y'all up back then. Teach you how to cook and clean and be proper. Now y'all just wild. Just wild. Is somebody gonna send me another cough? So, King Louis sent over a bunch of women. and the dudes, boy, they lined up on the docks like, ooh, come on, offload. Hey, man, calm down. They got to go to the convent first. They're going to be ready in about 35, 45 days. But as they were offloading, they were carrying little casket-shaped boxes. And they called them the casket girls or the casquettes. Now, history tells us that those boxes contained their dowries. Back in the day when you married a woman, her daddy would give you a dowry. I mean, here, I'm gonna pay you some money. Take this woman up off here. Take her up out of here. I'm tired of feeding her. You feed her. Here's the money. Right? Here's the money. Here's the dowry. So they say it contained the dowry, her clothes, and things of that nature. But there's this certain underground thought. Oh, wait, did somebody say? Oh, I thought somebody. I don't know why it don't cha-ching like it's supposed to. So there's a certain underground spiritual group. Well, I mean, that's not a group. It's just those of us in the underground community have always believed that was the place that the sanguines landed first on this shore. Y'all know what the sanguines are, the vampires, right? That they were hiding out in those caskets that were being drugged into the convent. Because, as quiet as it has been kept, there was a group of ghost hunters that met an unfortunate demise right outside of the Ursuline convent. Right outside of it. And they were suspiciously dry when they're found. And y'all know what I mean by that. They were dry. They were shriveled up. Not shriveled up, but they were down a few quarts. They were a couple of quarts low when they were found. And even now, if you go around, people will tell you, if you look at the Ursuline convent, I'm gonna find it for y'all. Hold on. See, one of these days, I'm gonna learn how to use this so I can screen share and show y'all all this stuff that I be talking about. Lord have mercy. Trying to show y'all a picture. Okay. All right, so here's the picture, right? That's the convent. Does anybody notice anything? About those top windows? The top windows of the convent, thank you so much, Roses. The top windows of the convent are shuttered and boarded. The rest of the windows are fine, but the top windows are shuttered and boarded. And it's said that every window has been nailed shut with 9 silver nails blessed by the Pope himself. And if you go around, people will always say, if you ever walk by that convent and the windows are open, you need to be in the house. And it said that ghost hunter group that was out there giving the history were out there when the windows opened up. And it said that when the windows open up, they come out. Anybody ever wondered why there's so much vampire lore in New Orleans? And if y'all heard that, that was my chair. I didn't just crack one on stream. So, yeah, that's another little New Orleans ghost story. Show is. Look, y'all, I want to go. I would love. I had planned a trip to New Orleans, but a whole bunch of just craziness popped up, and I was not able to go ahead and do it. I mean, I would love to just plan a trip and we all go. And even if I don't tour guide you guys, there's this one awesome walking tour, right? This one awesome walking tour and it's at night. It's at night, and you pay for the walking tour, but trust me, you won't notice the walking. You won't notice the walking. One of the reasons you won't notice is that the tour starts out with 2 hurricanes. You don't have to drink both of them, but you get 2 of them free. And I was like, the originals was shot in New Orleans, but that house doesn't exist. And so I'm walking, boom, 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 and you go around to the different sites. There's this place called the Blue Something Inn, and it's not in the French Quarter proper. It's just outside the French Quarter. Because see, back in the day, what is the French Quarter was all in New Orleans. Yeah, back in the day, what is the French Quarter was all in New Orleans. That's why and the cemeteries were outside. Now now as the city expanded, the cemeteries are in there, but it's just outside of French Quarter proper. I mean, just a couple of blocks outside. And I was, the blue side. I have to find it for you guys, but it is said that a lot of people have stayed there, booked rooms there, and they get on the elevator, and then they get off at what they think is their floor. But when the doors open, they're like standing in like a Civil War operating room, and there's somebody operating, and then they'll hear like musket blasts outside. Then the doors close, and they go to their room and be like, "What the hell? Like, just why? Just why?" And some, walking around, sometimes you'll see what's called Haitian barbed wire on top of people's walls. It's called Haitian barbed wire. And what it is people will break up a bunch of glass and cement the top of their wall, and then put the broken glass up there. So you climb that wall if you want to. Climb that wall if you want to. Speaking of climbing, there's also these things there called Romeo spikes. Anybody know what Romeo spikes are? Just shout it out if you know the answer without Googling. Do y'all know what Romeo spikes are? Well, back in the day, it's still important now. A woman's virtue, especially a daughter's virtue, was important. Her chastity was important. So much so that, I mean, you guarded your daughter like you guarded anything but your life. And so the way New Orleans is built, a lot of the windows are on the streets. And so, right, Chelsea, they take out your boys. And so what happened, dudes, we gonna get at it. You can build a wall, you can put a fence up. If we know it's some, what? Oh, we on the way. We on the way. We gonna try to get her to come out. Ew. What up, girl? Oh, we gonna try to get in there. That's just how we are. And so, what fathers did to stop this, shimming up because they have like the pole that holds the balcony up, and they were like, look, we gonna stop these dudes from climbing up trying to get at our daughters. So they installed these spikes that curve upwards like this. And so what happens is, dad hears some rustling up in baby girl's room, and he kick open the door. Bloom, what's going on in here? And dudes dive out the window as they're trying to go back down the pole. The spikes gonna catch on your boys, cause you go down the pole like this. The spikes gonna catch on your boys and take them on out. You ain't climbing no pole no more. You ain't climbing no more poles. And there are a bunch of different spirits. Of dudes that, folks will just be walking around the French Quarter with their hand grenade, and then blood will start. They're like, what is this? And then there goes a dude, plop, with his boys up on the pole. Sometimes it'll catch them in the stomach, and they get disemboweled, and they plop. Then while you like, hey, what's going? The person gone. I have a theory about why there's so many ghosts in New Orleans. Besides the fact that it just had such a sordid history. New Orleans is down in a bowl. Surrounded by salt water. Right? It's a bowl surrounded by salt water. And, spirits, even though it's not impossible, do have a hard time crossing salt water. And so I honestly believe that a lot of folks who pass away in New Orleans never leave because of that bowl surrounded by salt water. I think that's why there's so many ghosts there. But I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think after this video is over. Put it in the comment section. But that's what I think. Appreciate the super chat. Not the super chat. Appreciate the Cashapp, Buck Wow. Thank you so much. Rochelle said, better off just getting caught. Well, I mean, what if you ain't want to marry her? You just wanted a Friday night. You just wanted a Friday night. Get caught. I mean, well, at that point, I'd much rather, But think about this. Back then, religion was everything. Religious law and doctrine was everything. And so, Catholics didn't believe. And New Orleans was and still is a Catholic city. Catholics didn't believe about divorce. So you get stuck marrying somebody you don't like, oh, you messed up. You messed up. At that point, you messed up. Marry somebody you don't like, and you can't get a divorce. You stuck. Stuck like Chuck with no luck, as they say. Rosa said, is that why they buried them? No, well, yes. Yes, Roses, that is why. Because the city of New Orleans is below sea level. So you can't get anybody in the ground without the ground filling up with water. You dig a hole in New Orleans, it's going to fill up with water because they're below sea level. So that's why they had to put people above ground. Mm-hmm. Shoot, man, I'm starting to think Hoodoo Central 2.0 is below sea level. I might do that, Judy. And I know somebody else was putting in the chat too. I was just in storytelling mode. I'm sorry. I may plan one. Once things are settled, I may plan one. But, dang, what was I going to say? Yeah, Hoodoo Central 2.0. So, y'all know we have wells and septic here. And so when, of course they gotta pay the inspector to come out. He came and dug a hole. He was like, man, you're going to have to put your septic up because it's just too much water here. I was like, man, come on, man. I slide you a 20 or something. He was like, nah, I can't do it. Country folks, they straight out of book. He was like, no, I can't do that. But you know what? They listen to Mr. J, though. It wouldn't do it for me if we listen to Mr. J because the people came out to run my cable line. And Mr. J helped me so much. I have no idea. Because, okay, got the well ready and had to run the water line from the well to my house. And that was a lot of digging, y'all. And I was just like, and you don't want it. You want your water line below ground so that even if it freezes, the earth will keep it warm enough that it doesn't freeze. Because you don't want that. You don't want that. And so I had to dig a deep trench. And because I'd gone the frugal route, nobody came with their machine I'm hand digging it. I'm singing like Negro spirituals, man. I'm like, sweet, oh, sweet chariot. And Mr. J was out there helping me. And I'm telling y'all, that old man could outwork 10 of us. That's that old time country strength. He could outwork 10 of us. And he's out there helping me. And the cable guy came at the same time. Now, when they had installed my cable, they had just run a line from the pole to the house. And so he said, you know what? No, so they came with the burying crew and they bury the line, right? They bury because down here in the country, a tree gonna fall And so they like, look, we just gonna put all the cable lines below ground, which was great. And so they came with their machine and was digging. And so Mr. J was like, how about I, pay y'all and y'all use y'all's machine to go over here and dig this trench for us? Because I'm gonna tell y'all, we had run into a big old boulder and we had tried digging. Man, this thing was huge, but their machine could cut through that rock. Mr. J was like, why don't you go through there for us? And dude was like, I can't. We get caught. Mr. J said, look, I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna sit it right up here. And if you dig that trench while we on the other side of the house and the money just happened to be gone, hey. Man, I went in the house. And this what it was told me afterwards. Cause I had gone in the house to get me some water. Like, phew. I came back out and dude was like, I'm talking about busting that rock up. And I was like, I thought they were just being nice. I didn't find out till later that Mr. J had gone ahead and doggone work that magic for me. I was like, man, woo-wee. Cause I was about to have the most ghetto house in the world. They'd have left it up to me. You'd had the limbo up under my water hose to get in the house. Cause I was tired. That's one thing about Mr. J. When he got started with a project, he was gonna see it through to the end. I'm talking about he was gonna work until the job was done. It can be 120 degrees out there. He was gonna work until it was done. And I was like, man, I just need a break. I just need a break. Oh man. I still remember that day, boy. God almighty. I'm talking about it don't matter. Rain, sleet, snow, don't matter. That man was gonna work. He was gonna work. Judy says they do the broken glass on the wall thing in Mexico too. I've heard that. And the thing is, when you think about New Orleans, you have to understand that it has been under French rule and also under Spanish rule. So I wonder, because they call it Haitian barbed wire, but I wonder if that was actually, from like from Spain. Hey, Jim Pat, welcome. Yes, I wonder if that was like from Spain as well. Because a lot of the architecture that I thought was French was actually Spanish. And then it makes sense when you look at like the colorful buildings and whatnot, and then you go down to Miami. Then you go down to Miami and be like, oh, this look the same. But somebody was saying that you can, I think it was Coco. Coco, you said you can walk around Savannah with your drink? I think I had heard that. That's why I said it earlier. But I think Coco confirmed it. If that's the case, y'all, we might go to Savannah first before we go to New Orleans. Because one, is closer to me. And two, you can walk around with drinks. And I hear Savannah has a bunch of ghosts in it too. I hear it's got a lot of ghosts too. So we can go there. Jim Pat, I thought you were just showing me some love. And you up there testing Nightbot. Yeah, God bless Mr. J, man. That man could outwork 10 of us. I swear, outwork 10 of us. And to this day, y'all, I don't drink, but I would enjoy seeing y'all walk around with your drinks. Y'all, to this day, I bought a cart. One of those yard carts. And I was like, you know what? It made me think, because for Mr. J's birthday, he got one of those lawn carts. And the man, he put it together. Well, that's one thing about him. He didn't look at instructions. He had an anointing. He could just look at something. And if he studied it long enough, and by studying, I mean just looking at it, If he looked at it long enough, he could just put it together. And so he, put the cart together. And I'm like, you know what? I got the same kind of cart. I'm gonna do the same thing, but I had to look at the instructions. But I needed a big wrench that I did not have. I needed a big wrench. So I'm like, you know what? Mr. J has some stuff out here. Let me look. And do y'all know the wrench that I needed was sitting right on top of his stuff? And I'm like, you still looking out for me. You still looking out for me. I mean, what's the chance of that? The wrench that I needed was sitting right on top. It wasn't behind anything. I didn't have to look. I just walked in and there it was. The exact one I needed. I was like, man, I appreciate you. Yeah, when the power went out a little while ago, y'all know we had those storms. It was just like it was just terrible, y'all. It was terrible. And it was starting to get hot. And I was like, Mr. J, man, help me out. Y'all know the power came on. I know the power came on. I said, my man, my man. My man. Nick said, I'll hang out sober with you. Can't promise DP won't get sloshed though. Well, he might. He might. And you know what? Hey, have a good time. Harlem Moon said, God bless you too. Oh, thank you. Hey, I'm still here. All right, I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere and can't nobody make me. I'm still here and can't nobody make me go nowhere. So, y'all know, yeah, on a side note, y'all entrust me with donations and people who know me know I've said time and time again, man, I try to be a good steward of y'all's money. Because y'all are donating to the shop. Y'all donating to, Hoodoo Central 2.0, keeping the lights on so I can keep doing this. And I appreciate that. And I'm like, I pride myself on being a good steward of y'all's money. Like y'all don't see me on here flashing a whole bunch of cash and stuff like that, because that's one thing I strongly believe in. If I buy something for me, I'm gonna use my money. If I buy something for us, then you know where your donations are going. But I tell y'all, I had to get a lawnmower, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to get a lawnmower. That field was just doing too much. It was doing too much. I had to be honest with y'all. I had to get a lawnmower. That field was just doing too much. It was, and I was, it was just doing too much. And the lawn, that's an investment. It's still for when y'all come down, so y'all don't have to walk past a whole bunch of brush go up to your calves. Now I can't promise you won't have to wade through the water, but at least the grass will be cut. Because y'all know we had all this rain here recently, which is making it miserable down here because all that water is still in the ground. So when all this 90-something degree heat hits that water that's in the ground, man, you can't even breathe outside. It's so thick. The humidity is so thick. Like, you can't even breathe. But what it did was it made all the grass just... I mean, I'm literally looking out there. I'm like, you ever look at your yard and get sad? You ever look at your yard and get sad? Just be like, y'all, the grass was so tall. I looked outside, I couldn't find my car. I'm lying about that part, but it's tall though. It's tall. I was like, man, no. I'm looking to see if that snake done finished her wrap, and I still have One, two, 4 more to feed when I get done with y'all. When I get done with y'all. So, yes, Roses, I had to get one docu ride. I did. Because let me tell y'all, I had an old school long, and I still have it. You know, the one you push and the blade spin like that, right? And I'm like, man, that's exercise. You know, that's exercise. I don't know if y'all notice. If y'all have, y'all have been very nice about it. But I'm brutally honest, even with myself. Y'all see my face is puffy because for the last 2 weeks I've been going ham with the eating. So I'm back on my exercise thing, right? Back on my exercise. So I'm like, hey, that lawnmower, man, I got out there, the grass beat the lawnmower. The grass was so tall, it tangled up, and I was like, I'm like, I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all. But yeah, who asked? Laura S. Oh yeah, it's snakes. It is. Y'all, let me tell y'all a funny story. So I was talking about my buddy. Mr. J does not like snakes. Did not like snakes, does not like snakes, because he's still with us. Does not like snakes at all. And let me tell you how awesome this man is. So I'm moving, and I think I told y'all this story before, but it was a great story. I'm moving down here, and I got the U-Haul, and I had a shed that I was gonna put the snakes in, right? Had a shed gonna put, because the house wasn't ready yet. Put the snakes in the shed, and the shed, you know, heating and air, everything. They were gonna be fine. And so I'm backing the U-Haul up because the snakes were in the back in their tanks. You know, in hindsight, I should have put them all in tubs and then had the tanks empty. It would have been a lot lighter. But anyway, so Mr. J rigged this ramp with like a ladder, you know, with like a, because I didn't get the U-Haul with the ramp. I don't know why I didn't. So he rigged up a ramp in no time with like a ladder, and he had like some rollers. I don't know where. I think he went and cut those pipes just for that. And so he was like, all right, just come on with. So I opened it up. He didn't look. He just knew that I needed help and he was going to help me, right? And so I started pulling the first tank out. Now the snake is in there. And it's a 6-foot boa constrictor. And so I'm pulling it out, set it on the first row. He's like, come on. So I'm pulling it out. And he was like, all right, you go on that side and I'm going to grab this end. And I didn't think to let him know that there's a snake in here. And so, yeah, I got to show y'all how it was. I can't stand up because I got on basketball shorts. I don't want to offend nobody. So he's grabbing it kind of like this and kind of looking over his shoulder. And so I happened to see the exact point where Mr. J saw that snake because he's coming down and he looked and he's like, ugh. But he didn't let go. He didn't let go. He still helped me. But if I'm going to be as far away from something that I'm holding was a person, it was Mr. J right then. He was like holding it from a distance. From a distance, but he was helping to guide it down. But he didn't let go, which still speaks about his character. If he's there to help, he's there to help. But still, he's like, man, that's a snake in here. And so I remember one time he came to get me. He was like, tell me if that's a snake right there. And I'm looking in the brush. I was like, oh yeah, that's a big one too. And I don't know where, I think he hoodooed. I always say we don't create, we don't manifest, because manifest implies we create something out of nothing. I think Mr. J had that gift because 1 second he's standing next to me at a fence. We looking over the fence into the woods and there's a snake. And at that instant, I looked back at him. He holding the biggest rock I'd ever seen in my life that somebody just casually holding. And he was like, here, if I hand this to you, you think you can get him? I said, Mr. J, that snake ain't gonna bother nobody. I think it was a black racer. They're not venomous. I was like, Mr. J, he ain't gonna bother nobody. But he was like, here, if I hand you this rock, think you can get him? All right, we gonna leave him alone, Mr. J. We gonna let him just eat all the rats and the mice and the gophers and stuff like that. We gonna be he gonna be all right. He said, all right, okay, all right. That's one thing. Country folks do not play about snakes. They don't. And I try to educate folks. I'm like, listen, snakes are more afraid of us than we are of them. Because when you are a noodle with a head, the world is a scary place. You know, shoot, I'm more afraid of all kinds of stuff than I am of snakes. Even a rattlesnake, a copperhead, a cottonmouth. Because I know as long as it's not cornered, that joker just wants to get away. If he's not cornered, he just wants to get away. So if you just make a lot of noise and wave around, he gonna get somewhere. Yeah, Mr. J was like, he got to die. That snake got to go. And so, there was Jim Pat was telling me a story about one summer around here. All you heard was bloom, 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 bloom. Mr. J and then was just taking care of rattlesnakes. And I'm like, I wonder what's even a rattlesnake. I told y'all, my cousin, same thing. Every time he saw bloom, bloom. And my cousin had the nerve to tell me, y'all. He was like, this was last summer. My cousin was like, man, you having problems with rats up here? Man, I can't keep the rats out. My dog. I'm like, man, because you shot all the snakes. Now, this joker called me one day and was like, hey, I know you're not scared of snakes. It's a water moccasin up under my dog house. I'm afraid he gonna get my dogs. I'm like, one, a snake can't swallow your dog. He has Rottweilers, y'all. Big 100-pound Rottweilers. And the snake can't swallow that. And two, he ain't trying to. It's probably just a harmless, but in the country, every black snake is a water moccasin. Every black snake is a water moccasin. All right, just like every brown snake is a rattlesnake or a copperhead. See, look at y'all. I can't with y'all. Now, y'all, I'm gonna pay the water bill. Now I'm gonna run an ad. I told him I'm trying to monetize this stream. That's why I've been being good. Y'all notice I've been being good? Y'all notice? But I know some of y'all Coco Scissorhands like, yeah, it ain't been as fun either. You being too good. Look, I'm gonna pay the water bill. I'm gonna run an ad while I'm paying the water bill. I'll be right back, y'all. I hate this mouse. It shuts off. It's a wireless mouse. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. Testing 1, 2. I am back. And I want to give a special thank you to Felinda for the Cash App. Thank you so much. And also thank you, Judy, for the Cash App. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Y'all have no idea like the weird stuff I think about. And some people think I worry too much about it. You know, went out, I think it was Father's Day. And I was going to live stream on Father's Day. And I was like, you know, someone that got me a Coach t-shirt. Now, I'm a live stream. I was like, no, I don't want people to think I'm spending their money on Coach. And it was a gift. I don't know. So I worry about weird stuff like that. You know, of course, I want us to get away from thinking. Oh, Shelyana, thank you so much. Shelyana says, thank you so much. Oh, look at us. We both saying thank you. Shelyana says, thank you so much. June 12th, I got the best job at a law firm after setting up my ancestor altar and doing the green candle. 2 streams of income now. You know what? That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, give me some. That's what's up. That's what's up. Good job, Shelyana. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your support, family. So, you know, I want us to get away from thinking that being spiritual means we gotta be broke all the time. Like, man, that's terrible. But also, we ain't gotta flash everything. I don't know. Shoot, the spiritual community can be so weird sometimes. But yeah, be a good steward of y'all's funds, man. That's what I believe, man. So, if you just now joining the stream, I did a test. Of, I mean, it's going to be on Blog Talk. If you have already subscribed to my podcast, it's still going to be there. I'm just going to record it live on Blog Talk, and then I'm going to port it over. So you don't have to like go anywhere else. No, nothing new. Okay. Just keep watching the community tab. I'll post the show link as well as the phone number. Cause I think that'll be like a decent function for y'all, especially y'all who listen at work. You just dial the number and then just set your phone down. You'll be able to hear my voice and y'all be able to ask your questions live, because I started to do it here, right? On a live stream, just let y'all come up and ask your questions. But you know, I can't trust y'all. I can't trust y'all, because y'all will come up and next thing you know, be boobies just right there. Not that I'm opposed to boobies. I am a fan of them. I am. But I know how y'all will do. I can't trust y'all. I can't. I can love y'all, but not trust you. You know, y'all pop up here, next thing you know, there we go, just out there. One looking left, one looking right. I was like, we cannot see eye to eye. So I'm gonna do it that way, through the audio medium, where y'all can come up and ask your questions. It'll be just like a radio show. Y'all can call in. I even have some music queued up for the breaks. And if you have a business that you want advertised, hey, we can do that. Boobies and boxes. Rochelle, I'm telling you, that's what'll come up. Boobies and boxes. And I'm like, I know y'all. Nope. I'm trying to stay righteous. I'm trying to walk the righteous path. But I know I would look up and there would be a short prayer, just a short prayer. Lord, have mercy. And I'm like, nope, can't do it. Nope. So what I have planned, because the soft opening has begun. We're still drying out. We're still drying out down here, but the soft opening has begun. I still have some things to do in there, but y'all just start hitting me up. Let me know when you think you might be, in the South Georgia area, Southeast Georgia. Like if you drive a bit from Hoodoo Central, you'll hit Valdosta, that side of Georgia, not the Savannah side. of South Georgia. So yeah, just let me know. And I'll let you know if things clean enough and dry enough for y'all to come on by. And I'm thinking of having, of course, a lot of y'all are out or your kids are out for the break or something like that. Y'all can come by. And I may also do a kind of get together where, y'all come on down and, we'll have some country food. We'll go over to the cemetery. We'll go to our version of the Lawlery Mansion. It doesn't have that big of a history, but it's got a weird history. We'll go to that little rundown house where the lady saw the Southern Bigfoot. We'll do a few things after y'all shop. Had to tell somebody that today. After y'all shop, that's when we will do these things. After y'all boop 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 boop. After y'all have shopped, then we'll go around. Ain't gonna be no, hey, brother. Hey, I'm just here. You want to take me on a tour? Oh yeah, hold on. Let me open the shop. Have a good night, Harlem Moon. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Harlem Moon, hit that thumbs up on the way out. And if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and hit that for me. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think I'm about to go play some Modern Warfare. Y'all, if y'all down to play Modern Warfare 2 with me, hit me up with your gamer tag and stuff like that. I'll search you out, send you a friend request. My boy DP, he don't want to play no more. DP like, I don't have room. I downloaded what do you say? I downloaded Star Wars. All right. I'm like, all right. Now, Rochelle, remember, because you got your box. Remember, water goes in everything but the other one. What's up, Brock? Brock. Hey, Brock, don't worry about it. But come here for a minute, Brock. Brevity, Brock. Brevity. Okay, you got some awesome questions, Brock. Awesome questions. Just take them from here to here. Okay, do that for me. Give me the cliff notes, and I appreciate you. I'm just messing with you, Brock. Loving the questions and the interaction you got going on in Discord. Loving it. Appreciate you, Harlem Moon. More than amazing love. More than amazing. Is that a song? More than amazing love. How do you use money cologne? Absolutely, like it says, cologne. You wear it, but put it on before a potential money making activity. Okay, before potential money. If you about to go play spades for some money cologne. You about to go ask for a raise, money cologne. You about to go bid on a new contracting job, money cologne. You about to do some hair and the person normally tips good and you want to tip better, money cologne. I'm gonna show y'all the one I like. Y'all hold on, because y'all know I don't stand up on camera. Y'all hold on. All right, this one. I like this one. This is the one I like. Right there. That's the one I like. Roses. So you add water, just enough to make it like you making black people Kool-Aid. Roses. You want to make black people Kool-Aid with it, not according to the package, but black people Kool-Aid. All right. So just that amount of water, and I enclosed some parchment paper in there. You write your petition on there. What I would suggest is you write what I would suggest is you just write your name 3 times and then surround it with, like dollar signs if it's the money one, hearts if it's the love one, whatever. And then fold it up, put it in there. And then you should have a candle. Then you light that candle next to it, let it burn all the way down. Once it's burned down, get the shaking. Get the shaking. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm sorry, Kelly. Kelly says, can we use your oils like that as well? Like wearing it? Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, and Kelly, you work with your hands. So shoot, you need to put, just a little bit and go ahead with it. Go ahead with it. Because think about it, we were talking about Marie Laveau earlier. Marie Laveau was a hairdresser. Did y'all know that? Everybody knows she was the voodoo queen in New Orleans, but she was also a hairdresser. And I'm telling y'all, them the folks y'all gotta be afraid of. Because they touching your head. They're touching your head. And shoot. Hairdressers and barbers already magical people anyway. Cause they always put me to sleep. I told y'all I had a friend. I had a friend who he used to tell, he's like, man, I know everybody's business. He said, as soon as I put the clippers to a bee head, he started running them out. Just like right. Look, Coco and Chelsea, they do have that tell you. They be touching your head all like for hours. Man, please. If I was a hairdresser, I thought about it for one time. I watched this movie. Y'all. And Rochelle, text me a picture. Like, did I drop the wrong thing in your bag? Text me a picture. So I watched this movie called Don't Mess with the Zohan, right? And I was like, and this is when I was in my 20s, because it's an old movie. And I was like, man, I bet you if I was Rochelle, that's incense. That's incense. That's powdered incense. Like that too. I had to think about it, like, man, what I put in? Okay, yeah, that's incense. And I was like, man, if I was a male hairdresser, I'd get all the women. Cause all you been rubbing a woman's head for a long time, boy. I get all the women. But then, like, what? Hey, what's up, honey's child? What if I put like some controlling oil on my hands and I'm rubbing your head? I'm rubbing it right into your brain meats, right into the source of spirit, right there, right into the connection between you and the divine and the spiritual realm. Shoot. They having them all dreaming about me. Rochelle, come here. Rochelle, come here. Okay. Because you had me confused for a second, Rochelle. Because I was like, what did I put in there? But you just sent me a picture of what I sent, Rochelle. Rochelle, if you look on the bag says love drawing powdered incense. It says it right. It says it right on the bag. It says money drop powder. It says right on the bag. Just light it. What's y'all be killing me? Y'all be killing me. Coco, we ain't about to do this. Coco said servicing the opposite gender has been very profitable for me. Coco, I told. Coco, Lord, my sister. I didn't think I was gonna have to send nobody up there today. So this ain't official service. So I'm like, we ain't got to send nobody up there. Natalie been good the whole time. I think Natalie done passed out. Coco said servicing. Servicing the opposite gender has been very what? Chelsea, Lord, Chelsea. I get all the straight men throwing money. Look. Oh, Lord. See, y'all. What in the world? And who said something about boobies? Who said something about boobies? Where boobies coming from? I'm trying to read through this thing. What in the world? Y'all flashing boobies out here? I can't. I still love y'all. I still love y'all. Natalie done woke up. Chelsea said the women be stingy, but the men. And so it began. We got Coco servicing people. Coco servicing. I got you. Just why? Why y'all do this? I told y'all I'm monetizing the stream. We gonna be good. Y'all already flashing boobies and servicing folks. I can't. Nick said the feral girls love head pets. See, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna massage y'all's heads and stuff. I may not be able to do hair worth the darn, but that ain't for folks who gonna come for other stuff. In the movie, Don't Mess with the Zohan. He do women's hair and have his junk just pressed right up inside their head. Just. God. I think I saw that in the movie once. You know, one of the movies used to come in the red VHS tapes. Y'all know the ones used to come in the red or the blue VHS tapes. One of them movies. That's all a movie like that. Which why did they put them? What's up, Denise? Why did they put those movies in those bright colored VHS? Because everybody knew at that point. If you walk in somebody's house back in the day and you saw some red or whatever VHS tapes, you knew what was on that. It wasn't Barney. Or maybe it was. Why'd they do that? You couldn't be discreet. You couldn't. Judy said she got a reduct. Lord, that you know what, that surgery should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to do that. You should, that should not be allowed. Appreciate you for the Cashapp, Ron. Thank you so much, brother. That should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to do that. Lord S.A. was Fred Flintstone. Oh, yeah. You got some yabba dabba doos in. I bet. Well, what's the temperature going to be here tomorrow? Because I remember seeing it was going to be hot. Y'all, it is 11:32 now. And it's still 81 degrees outside. Like 97 for 3 days. Man. $97 for 3 days. That don't make no sense, y'all. Look, now all the women talking about why it should be legal. Y'all's backs. Lord, bless y'all's backs. 500 degree. I know. Man. Y'all, I was so worried about my chickens. I'm out there, giving them ice water in their waterer, keeping them cool, stuff like that. And they ain't even caring. Like I put a little cover over the top of the coop, like one of those shade coverings to keep it cooler in there. And I'm like, man, sweet Jesus trying to bake my chicken for me. Trying to bake my chicken. And little Tam Tam got out again. And I'm like, why is this the Houdini of chickens? Like, why? Why is this the Houdini of chickens? Like, why? Like, why is she always the one that gets out? Always the one that gets out. Oh, 502, I got you. I got you, 502. Look, Birmingham is 102. Man, y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. Right, Letitia, can't hold her down. I said, you know what? If I ever decide to eat that chicken, I put her in the oven and I'd leave and come back and she'd be sitting on the table. She'd be sitting on the table already. See, what y'all don't understand. If them things are hurting y'all's back, there's plenty of brothers that will tote them for you. just give them half a chance. There's plenty of brothers that'll tote them for you. Shoot, that would replace the handshake. Like, hey, how you doing? My name Earl. Earl will walk you wherever you want to go. Earl will take you there. Earl, look, and if you don't want to look at Earl's face, Earl will back up to you. You throw one over each shoulder. And Earl got you. So ain't no excuse for doing that. These brothers will take care of you. Will take care of you. Shoot, just there you go. Just on my shoulder. Just let's go. Let's ride out. Where you trying to go? All right, I got you. Come on, let's go. LIG lives at good old Earl. Earl got you. Shoot. Earl got you. Earl, look, hey, Earl be like, hey, baby, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. My back's strong enough because Earl talk like that. Earl say strong. Earl like, don't worry about it, baby. Shoot, hey, I'm strong enough for. What your mama here too? 2 more. Let's go. Be like Harry Tubman. I'm carry y'all to freedom. Let's go. Watch y'all's backs. Mullen leaf helps, Nick. Sorry, I missed your question. Mullen leaf helps a lot. Mullen leaf tea. Oh, Kelly. Star student. Kelly. Kelly got it. Kramer said, Earl toting biddies for a living. Earl doing it for free. Earl doing it for free. You ain't got to give Earl a tip. Earl trying to give you a tip. You know what? Man, I'll be back. Y'all starting. I'll be back. But we gonna keep this stream monetized. Earl be like, I say, what's your name? I'm Biddy Toter number 1. After all, thank you. Thank you for the new the new subscription. Yeah, appreciate that. But look, y'all, in closing, because we've been going to this thing for 2 hours, y'all. I enjoy Fridays with y'all. I do. Y'all usually a little rowdy, but I think we made it through. I think we made it through. So, in closing, Yeah, we had some good talking tonight. We did. Shoot, we went into some ghost stories, some stuff like that. Like you got one of them neck. Hey, you mess around and marry Earl, you already know how y'all coming down the aisle. Already know how y'all coming down the aisle. Oh Lord, I can't. And no, my middle name ain't Earl. Oh man, but look here, y'all. I have enjoyed this. I'm gonna play some video games, let Hoodoo Dog out to pay his water bill because I forgot when I paid mine. And yes, we do have the webinar coming up on the 5th on working with spirits. I know we did one on High John. This will be on. I mean, what the heck? I heard my trash can. I heard the paper making noise, and I'm like, what is that? But anyway, we're gonna be working with spirits in general, so that y'all don't have to be afraid of it. You know, it is serious business, but we'll be able to, go in there safely, exit safely and alone without any stragglers. How to harness spirits, how to contain them once you have harvested them, and keep them happy, keep them working, and stuff like that. Okay. And let's see what else. We got a Hoodoo church service coming up, so y'all stay tuned. We got a Hoodoo church service coming up, and maybe some more ghost stories. Now I had told somebody because I have some stuff I'm trying to do, but I try to give people value for their donations. So I have a couple of things planned. One of them is there's this pole in the middle of my field, right? It's a good ways from the house. And I'm like, you know what? If I reach a certain donation goal, I'm going to tell y'all what it is. It's going to be very reasonable. I'm like, if I reach a certain donation goal, I'm going to go out there in the middle of the night. Well, not in the middle of the night. And y'all crazy. I ain't about to go out there in the middle of the night. But I'm going to go out there at night. I'm going to go out there at night. And we're going to fire up the thing. And we're going to talk to Brian at night. Now, I may light up some tiki torches to keep the deer away and the skeeters. What's up, Heart Rights? To keep the deer and the skeeters away. But it's just going to be us and Lord, I was about to say Aunt Earl. Lord. It's going to be us and Brian. Yes, Rochelle, they are on my website, along with many other authentic Hoodoo things, such as oils, washes, candles. Just go to www.trueconjure.com. And hey, if y'all want to advertise your businesses, we're going to be doing that on the radio show / podcast as well. So yeah, the webinar is coming up on July the 5th at 7 p.m. We will also be having a we'll also be recording the podcast live, so y'all will be able to call in and listen, or call in and ask your questions. That way, it's an audio meme, so ain't no way y'all can flash any boobies, because I thought about letting y'all come up here while I'm on a live stream and ask your questions, but I have no faith. I don't have faith that you guys will not come up here and flash boobies. So no booby flashing, but you will be able to call in and ask your questions on the podcast. But yeah, my shop is open online, www.trueconjure.com, where you can get oils and powders and incense, candles, and there are a couple candle services are there. Okay, because y'all know I retired, but candle services are there. Road openings are there, because everybody can benefit from a road opening. That's why I do the ritual specifically for you, to open up your roads and clear blockages, so that as you travel up the path ordained for you, your blessings can come down to meet you. All right, it's good if you feel like you're stuck in a rut and your tires are just spinning. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do, y'all. I'm up out of here. We gotta let Hoodoo dog, because you don't want an 80-pound dog lifting his leg in the house. It's terrible. Let him out, do his business. Wait a minute, what happened here? Thank you so much, Joey. I appreciate that Venmo. Thank you, brother. Rochelle, I don't know. Well, we'll have to talk about that. All right, y'all. This has been amazing. I had fun tonight. I'll think of some more ghost stories like my own, because I think y'all like those stories. Y'all liked hearing about my travels around the spiritual community. But I'm going to tell y'all some of my own ghost stories of things that I have encountered over the years. And that's why I tell y'all, you ain't got to rush the spooky stuff. You'll get it. That's why it's build you a good foundation first. Build you a good foundation first, because you want to have something with you when you encounter the spooky, because people want to jump to the spooky stuff. Okay, all right. Now ask Zach Bagans, wearing them trifocals now, because he went messing around in Demon House. All right, so y'all have a good one. Yeah, it was an awesome night. And yeah, you know what? Hi, John. Yeah, shoot. Oh, me and Hi, John rocks heavy. Heart rights. And I'm glad you got some good use as well. All right. Hey, Stormy. All right. Y'all have a good one. God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. And profit out. Oh, Ron, it's on the site. 221. But it's on the site. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.